making her the first athlete since Michael Jordan to get their own signature basketball from Wilson. She also becomes the first WNBA player to get her own signature basketball.
It is understandable that the WNBA is shocked. As the first athlete since Michael Jordan to have her own trademark basketball shoe, Caitlin Clark recently made history. Yes, that is Michael Jordan, the most renowned athlete in history and a global icon. Not only is this enormous, but it is legendary once in 100 years.
Clark just did something that no athlete has done since Michael.
Along with Caitlin, she has already attained that degree. Her impact extends well beyond basketball fans in just her freshman season. The whole sports world is being rocked by her.
It's like Wayne Gretzky, Michael Jordan, probably eventually Caitlin Clark, where it's like individual people make an entire country tune into their sport.
1,000%.
Like hockey was never bigger than when Wayne Gretzky was playing it, and it was ridiculous how much it grew the sport.
Her skill is extraordinary. Most players, including Angel Ree, can only hope to match it. Can you really blame them, though? Jealousy is inevitable when you're this wonderful. When you're reinventing the game instead of merely controlling it, haters follow. Caitlin Clark is more than an athlete. Fans and detractors alike are keeping a close eye on her every move because she is a movement.
Congratulations to her and her family. Yeah, the crazy thing is I'm just seeing her last year when they played LSU, but
Caitlin Clark simply turned the tide of the game once more. She's creating history, not just headlines. Clark is the first athlete since Michael Jordan to have her own signature basketball line after signing a historic contract with Wilson's Sporting Goods. That's Michael Jordan, indeed. However, this goes beyond simply placing her name on a ball. It's a declaration that female athletes are no longer interested in leftovers. Women's basketball has been neglected and underfunded for a long time. However, Caitlin is demolishing those walls as if they never existed. Her agreement with Wilson is more than simply a victory for herself. For every female athlete struggling for recognition and respect, it's a major accomplishment. From leading Iowa to historic triumphs to shattering Pete Maravich's NCAA scoring record, Clark has not only played the game, but redefined it. She is more than simply a baller. She is a game changer, a force, and a movement.
Is the Michael Jordan. Like, I know you're not a major basketball
I know.
but she is the Michael Jordan of female.
Let's talk about that comparison to Michael Jordan. It may seem like a reach at first, but take a closer look. Caitlin Clark is changing what women's sports can be, much like Michael Jordan made basketball a worldwide force. She has the skill, the star power, and the unique ability to draw in fans who were previously uninterested in the WNBA. Additionally, the numbers are self-evident. Clark's games are drawing more than 3 times the typical WNBA viewing. 1.32 million people watch national broadcasts. That is on par with the NBA. She's doing more than just increasing attendance. She is preparing arenas. This season, her team, the Indiana Fever, has already attracted over 340,000 spectators, breaking previous records. It's the same story online. The WNBA's social media following exploded with 157 million video views in just the first week of the season, a startling 380% increase from the previous year. And Clark, right in the middle of that maelstrom. She is driving the entire story, not just the highlights.
We knew Caitlin Clark was marketable, but she's been put over some pretty big names. In fact, some worldwide, huge, international names. 2 of them being Messi and...
Caitlin Clark is a major force in the economy. She is a one-woman gold mine, not simply a novice. Clark leads the league in jersey sales, and the WNBA's merchandising store has broken records. Merchandise for Fever alone increased by an incredible 193%. Yes, she is responsible for the increase of almost 1,000%. That's a movement, not just hype. Additionally, sponsorship funds are pouring in. Nearly half of the $136 million league sponsor media value this year can be directly attributed to Clark and the Fever. She is transforming brand deals into a lesson, demonstrating that wagering on women's sports is not only profitable, but also motivating.
Caitlin Clark, on a worldwide marketability list for athletes, to be ahead of both Messi and Ronaldo is quite impressive. I mean, she's ahead of Steph Curry. Steph Curry is behind her.
There's more, though. The influence of Caitlin Clark extends far beyond basketball. Her presence has created an estimated $36 million in economic benefit in Indianapolis alone. She's not simply changing the game, as seen by the crowded arenas, the surge in retail sales, and the improvement in local businesses. She is boosting the economy of a whole city. And this is just the start. Clark is doing more than simply breaking records. The history of women's sports is being rewritten by her. She has come to represent what success in the contemporary era looks like. Every young athlete who observes her sees a new benchmark and a genuine opportunity to achieve greatness. Her impact isn't solely quantified by statistics. It is evident in the way she has changed the story. The entire globe is observing. She was selected the 2024 Athlete of the Year by Time magazine. Athlete, not female, just athlete. Only game changers are eligible for the honor. And Clark is a wonderful fit for the title. This is more than just a prize. It's a long overdue focus on women's basketball and a worldwide acknowledgement of her strength.
What a lot of people weren't willing or were a bit reluctant to appreciate was the game on this young white sister of ours. She can ball.
In addition to dominating on the court, Caitlin Clark is also taking center stage off of it. She was more than simply a star when she attended the Time 100 Gala in New York. It was a move of power. She is demonstrating her place in the world at the table with international luminaries as well as in arenas. Every time she participates, she advances the popularity of women's sports. It's not hype to compare her to Tiger Woods, it's fact. Clark is transforming women's basketball in the same way that Tiger transformed golf and made it a must-see on television. She is altering the game's future, business, and perception. She is a movement rather than just a player. This kind of reach is uncommon among athletes in history, and Clark is already among the elite.
Was a great ambassador for the game. And by the way, she came in there and looked out for everybody.
However, tension is unavoidable when one has a lot of influence. Not everyone has applauded Caitlin Clark's quick ascent. In the WNBA, it has caused significant waves. Veterans in the league aren't exactly applauding the attention she is commanding. To be honest, who is to blame? Her immediate notoriety and multi-million-dollar endorsements have brought to light issues that the league has been ignoring for far too long. Unfair compensation, a lack of acknowledgement, and the continuous struggle for respect. The tension wasn't caused by Clark. She disclosed it. The league is currently catching up. In an effort to increase player compensation, the WNBA recently invested $50 million in charter aircraft and started reviewing the collective bargaining agreement. This isn't giving. It's in survival mode. They are working hard to keep up with Clark's pace because they recognize that she is a once-in-a-generation force. Yes, there is progress, but let's not confuse long overdue action with audacious leadership.
Try so long to get respect for women's basketball, and then they treat it like a junior high school girl's locker room. Junior high school girl antics on the court. Instead of playing the game, they got to be drama because they're jealous. Instead of letting their skills speak for themselves, they got to be drama because
there is more to the Caitlin Clark effect than just seat occupancy. Serious discussions about WNBA expansion are being triggered by it. The league has long been in need of expansion. However, the pressure is now genuine. It is impossible to overlook Clark's ability to sell out arenas and attract record-breaking viewership. Expansion is now essential, not merely a smart idea. Clark is the evidence of the obvious demand. Why, therefore, is there a delay? Additionally, she has a $28 million contract with Nike.
give that some thought.
That is a declaration rather than merely a contract. It conveys to the world that female athletes are power players in addition to being marketable. Clark is doing more than just signing contracts. She's establishing a new benchmark. At last, brands are seeing the reality. It is not a risk to invest in women's sports. It's the game's most astute move. Additionally, Caitlin Clark is the ticket to victory.
Idea of some players being jealous? Yes, that probably exists. To me, yeah, jealous, sure. I mean, would you be jealous of somebody that got $28 million a shoe deal or whatever the deal is before you step foot?
The real question is whether the WNBA can maintain its current level of popularity. Caitlin Clark started the WNBA, not simply joined it. She has gained attention, supporters, and momentum. However, it is now the league's responsibility to sustain that energy. This goes beyond her moment. If they have the courage to claim it, it is also theirs. Even though Clark is just getting started, her influence is already enormous. She's not simply breaking records. She is breaking down limits and establishing an entirely new benchmark. The true question is whether the league can climb alongside her, not whether she will continue to ascend. Caitlin Clark is definitely not playing by the rules. She is penning her